Do you ever feel exhausted for no reason? Just completely drained, even on days you haven't done much? What if I told you the culprit might be hiding in plain sight, buzzing in your pocket, and flickering on screens all around you? Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, we're going to uncover the invisible weight that's crushing your energy levels and cranking up your stress without you even realizing it. And trust me, the solution is simpler than you think. If you're ready to reclaim your peace and energy, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on life-changing insights like this. Let's start with a quick thought experiment. Picture your brain as a computer. Every tab you open, every program you run, uses up a little bit of processing power, a little bit of RAM. Now, think about your daily life. Your phone buzzes with a notification, that's a new tab. You scroll through social media, that's another 10 tabs. The TV is on in the background. You're listening to a podcast while answering emails, and your smartwatch keeps vibrating with updates. Before you know it, you've got 100 tabs open in your brain, and the system is starting to slow down, overheat, and lag. This, my friends, is the reality of constant stimulation. We're living in an always-on culture, and our brains are paying the price. This nonstop barrage of information, noise, and digital chatter is what scientists call constant stimuli. It's not just one big stressful event. It's the death by 1,000 paper cuts, 1,000 tiny demands on your attention that accumulate throughout the day. Each notification, each email, each breaking news alert triggers a micro-response in your nervous system. Your brain has to stop what it's doing, process the new information, decide if it's important, and then try to get back to what you were originally focused on. This constant task switching is incredibly taxing. Now, let's get into the science of it. Because this isn't just a feeling, it's a physiological process. When your brain perceives a stimulus, it has to decide if it's a threat. This is a leftover survival mechanism from our ancestors. A rustle in the bushes could have been a predator. For us, a sudden ping from our phone can trigger a similar, albeit smaller, alert response. This response involves the release of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline gives you that quick jolt, that feeling of, I have to look at this now. Cortisol is the more slow-burning stress hormone. In small, short-term doses, it's helpful. It keeps you alert and focused. But what happens when the pings never stop? When your body is subjected to a constant stream of microalerts, your cortisol levels remain chronically elevated. You're in a perpetual low-grade state of fight or flight. This is where the hidden stress comes from. You don't feel like you're running from a tiger, but your body is behaving as if you are, just on a much smaller, more sustained scale. Over time, chronically high cortisol levels can lead to a whole host of problems: anxiety, difficulty sleeping, brain fog, a weakened immune system, weight gain, and that profound sense of burnout and exhaustion we talked about at the beginning. You're tired because your body has been in a state of high alert all day, every day, without any chance to rest and recover. Think about the sheer volume of information we consume. A study from the University of California, San Diego, found that the average American consumes about 34 gigabytes of information per day. That's equivalent to reading 100,000 words outside of work every single day. Our brains were simply not designed to handle this level of input. We evolved in environments where information was scarce and valuable. Now we're drowning in it, and our brains are struggling to keep up. This leads to a phenomenon known as attention fatigue. Your ability to focus is a finite resource, like a muscle. If you overuse it without rest, it gets tired and becomes less effective. Constant stimuli force you to constantly shift your attention, which depletes your focus reserves much faster. Have you ever sat down to work on an important task, only to find yourself checking your phone every 2 minutes? Or tried to read a book, but couldn't get through a single page without your mind wandering? That's attention fatigue in action. Your brain is so accustomed to jumping from one stimulus to the next that it has forgotten how to engage in deep, sustained focus. It's been trained for distraction. The digital world is designed to be this way. Social media apps, news, websites, and games are all engineered to capture and hold your attention for as long as possible. They use something called a variable reward schedule. You scroll through your feed, and you don't know when you'll see something interesting, a funny video, a message from a friend, a shocking piece of news. This unpredictability is highly addictive. It's the same principle that makes slot machines so compelling. Your brain gets a little hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical, with each rewarding discovery, which keeps you coming back for more. You're essentially training your brain to constantly seek out novelty and stimulation, making it even harder to disconnect and find quiet. So, you might be thinking, okay, I get it. I'm overstimulated and stressed. What am I supposed to do? Go live in a cave? Absolutely not. The goal isn't to eliminate technology or modern life. The goal is to become the master of your attention, not a slave to it. It's about being intentional. It's about carving out moments of stillness in a noisy world. Let's talk about some practical, actionable steps you can take, starting today. First, and this is a big one, curate your notifications. Go into your phone's settings right now, or after this video, and turn off all non-essential notifications. Do you really need to know instantly when someone likes your photo, or when a store is having a sale? Probably not. Keep notifications on for phone calls and messages from key people, but silence the rest. This single act can dramatically reduce the number of times your attention is hijacked throughout the day. It puts you back in control. You check your phone when you want to, not when it demands you to. Second, schedule tech-free time. This could be the first hour of your day and the last hour before you go to bed. Instead of reaching for your phone the moment you wake up, try stretching, meditating, journaling, or simply enjoying a cup of coffee in silence. In the evening, cutting out screens before bed helps your brain wind down and improves sleep quality. The blue light from screens can suppress melatonin production, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. So, swap the scroll for a book. Third, practice monotasking, the opposite of multitasking. When you're working, close all unnecessary tabs. Put your phone in another room. When you're eating, just eat. Don't watch TV or scroll through your phone. Pay attention to the taste and texture of your food. When you're talking to someone, give them your full attention. Not only does this reduce the cognitive load on your brain, but it also deepens your experiences and relationships. You'll find that you get more done in less time, and your interactions with others become more meaningful. Fourth, embrace boredom. This sounds counterintuitive in our productivity-obsessed culture, but boredom is actually crucial for creativity and mental rest. When you let your mind wander without any specific input, it enters a state called the default mode network. This is when your brain makes connections, solves problems in the background, and comes up with new ideas. So next time you're waiting in line, resist the urge to pull out your phone. Just look around, let your mind drift. You might be surprised by what it comes up with. And finally, get out in nature. Spending time in natural environments has been shown to have a powerful restorative effect on the brain. It's a concept called attention restoration theory. Nature is filled with soft fascinations, like the rustling of leaves or the movement of clouds that capture your attention effortlessly, allowing your direct attention abilities to rest and recover. Even a short 20-minute walk in a park can significantly lower cortisol levels and reduce feelings of stress. Implementing these changes isn't about adding more to your to-do list, it's about subtracting. It's about intentionally removing the sources of constant, low-level stress and creating space for your mind to breathe. It won't happen overnight. Your brain has been trained for distraction, and it will take time to retrain it for focus and calm. Be patient and compassionate with yourself. Start small. Pick one thing from this list and try it for a week. Maybe it's turning off notifications. Maybe it's a 10-minute screen-free period before bed. Notice how you feel. Do you feel a little calmer, a little more present, a little less exhausted? The invisible weight of constant stimuli is real, but it's not something you have to carry. By understanding how it affects your brain and your body, and by taking intentional steps to manage it, you can reclaim your mental space, boost your energy, and dramatically lower your stress levels. You can move from being reactive to being proactive, from being a consumer of endless information to being the curator of your own attention. You can find the quiet in the noise. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this has been eye-opening for you. If it has, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can join me for more videos on how to live a healthier, happier, and more intentional life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's the one change you're going to try this week to reduce the noise in your life? Let's support each other on this journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.